In the last lesson, we looked at reading data from a table using the select statement. We displayed all the data from this table. In this case, it's a very small table with a handful of records. So it's okay, and we could make sense of all of the data at once. But when you have a large table with millions of records, you would want to specifically look at a particular record or a few records. For example, you might want to see the total population of just one country, or you might want to list all the countries with a population of more than 1 billion. SQL gives us the where clause, which could be added to the select statement to filter the result set as required. We saw the select statement with the from clause in the previous lesson. We simply have to add the where clause to this with the condition required to filter the data. Let's see an example using the data we already have in the population table. Let's say we simply want to get the total population of just one country, which is China. We write the query as select total population from population, and then we need a where condition to filter only the record with country as China. For that, we just have to add the where clause with the condition country equals China. Please note the quote around China. As we discussed before, strings or characters will have to be quoted. Running this SQL query will give us the total population of China alone, as you can see here. Please note that here we've used the equals condition in the where clause, but there are a number of conditional expressions available, including less than, greater than, etc. Also, you can have multiple conditions using and or operators. We'll take a look at them in detail in the forthcoming section of the course, but let's now switch over to the SQL Studio and see this in action. Here we are in the SQL Studio. Let me demonstrate how to use where clause in a select statement. And let's say I want to get the total population of Russia in this select statement. So I start with the select statement. I'm going to list the column name that we're going to get the data for, which is total population. And we want to list the table name here, which is population. And we need a where clause, as we discussed. So that'll be where. And we need to specify the country from which we're getting the data for. So in this case, country equals Russia. So as we discussed, strings will have to be quoted. So I'm going to have Russia within single quotes. And let's terminate this select statement as well. And if I execute this, I should get the total population of Russia. As you can see, I've got the total population of Russia in the result. That's great, but you might be wondering why I have added blank space on each side of the equals symbol here. That's not necessary, and removing that doesn't make any difference, and SQL simply ignores that blank space. The only reason I have added the blank space is to make the SQL statement more readable. You will see this kind of approach widely used in the industry, so I would encourage you to do that as well. And that's the end of this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.